and Guardians, welcome back to Christ Kingdom here on Earth. This Guardian Mo's back online. So I just wanted to expand on the point that I was making in my previous video, talking about Paul Thorpe and Danny in Spain, the sticky situation that they were involved in, and highlight that this is really truly terrifying, the way that they're investigating under the Terrorism Act 2000. Danny in Spain, he was detained, not arrested, detained. And the way that the government are using this Terrorism Act in an abusive manner, using it in the wrong hands to investigate British citizens. The way that Danny was investigated is a cautionary tale to people like you and me. They are saying that if you associate yourself with Tommy Robinson, you dare to challenge the narrative, you dare to expose the truth and attempt to talk about issues like mass immigration, the grooming gang scandal, sexual exploitation of young innocent girls, the threat of Islam, and to connect the political corruption in the Labour Party with these sorts of issues. We have you on our radar. We have eyes on you. We will investigate you. We don't have to arrest you. Instead, we will detain you under the Terrorism Act 2000. You have no right to remain silent. You have to answer all of our questions in the same way that Danny in Spain had to. You have to hand over your digital devices, your phone, your PIN code, so we can access your information, your background, your history. We can intrude on your privacy. And that's simply the government have an agenda that they will target British citizens using this Terrorism Act 2000. And the counter-terrorism forces aren't directing their efforts on real terrorists. It's like, this is how people like illegal immigrants can get away with their crimes. Knife-wielding maniacs, machete gangs, people ramming their cars into crowds of people like they're playing GTA Vice City or something. Pakistani grooming gangs. Instead, no, these counter-terrorism forces can target ordinary British citizens. What about the 50,000 Islamists that are on the MI5's watch list? I don't see Danny in Spain stashing up a Al-Qaeda training manual or producing ricin in the same way that Axel Rudy-Kubana, that Southport killer, was doing. He is a terrorist. Why don't counter-terrorism forces direct their efforts on real terrorists, illegal immigrants in our country that are wreaking havoc and are repeatedly committing terrible acts on innocent people in our country? It's like coming out of a Black Mirror episode or something. It's like the government are using their power and abusing it in a manner to target British citizens. It's like they have a truly left-wing agenda. And people like you and me, people like Paul Thorpe and Danny in Spain, who challenge the narrative, they will investigate people like this. And this is a cautionary tale to people like you and me, as I said. Imagine if counter-terrorism forces knocked on my doors and I opposed their orders. I rejected their investigative efforts and I would not comply with their investigation. This would end up on my criminal record. This would end up on my DBS check. I could no longer look for a job again. Companies will not hire me because this counter-terrorism thingy ended up on my DBS check. What happens if my bank accounts were frozen? My credit score was impacted. I could no longer draw cash out of my bank accounts. This is the problem that we are facing in this country. Ordinary British citizens, working class people essentially, they have no voice. They cannot voice their frustrations. They cannot talk about controversial issues on social media. They are literally being silenced by the government and having their freedom of expression suppressed. Your life, your well-being could be turned at 180 degrees at a flip of a switch, at a snap of a finger, by these counter-terrorism forces using this Terrorism Act 2000. We are living in truly terrifying, draconian times. And a lot of people are debating on social media whether or not the UK, under the Labour Party's control, will come to a certain point, will ever come to a point where we have to seek asylum in the United States. You know, the Secretary of State was making a statement recently in the White House, and there was a journalistic panel, you know, this question and answer panel. Winston Marshall came out and asked the question whether or not Donald Trump would ever open up the option for British people to seek asylum in the United States, given the situation in the United Kingdom, how Keir Starmer is inflicting this tyrannical control and suppressing freedom of speech in the UK. And Secretary of State was saying this option is not off the tables. Will we ever reach a state where British people have to seek asylum in the United States? Scary times indeed we are living in the United Kingdom. It reminds me of that Spy Kids film, that, you know, that 2000 film, Spy Kids, where those clowns who are living under, who are being incarcerated under Floop's control, they were saying, Floop is a madman, help us, save us. I mean, there's something out of comedy, but there is some truth to it, that Starmer is a madman. Please, Donald Trump, help us, save us before it's too late. So this is just a cautionary tale that Danny in Spain and Paul Thorpe, they are living examples of what the government can do to use this Terrorism Act 2000 as a bullying tactic to threaten and intimidate British citizens. That's all I have to say. Be sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Guardian Most clocking out, and I'll see you in the next video.